Well, what's going on, Cardinal Nation? Man, disappointing game tonight as we could not get the sweep. We do take 2 of 3 from the Tampa Bay Rays, but we lose to Tampa Bay in this one 6-4, in which the Rays scored 3 unanswered runs after we had a uh, 4-2 lead. Uh, so actually 4 unanswered runs by the Rays. And yeah, after we fell behind early, uh, so it looked like it was going to be another like nail biting win, but that was not the case, unfortunately. So we got a very solid outing from Kyle Gibson, going 6 innings, giving up just 2 runs, which both came in the first. He walked one and struck out 6. He's been very consistent for the Cardinals. He's averaged about 6 innings to start this season, so it's definitely great to see. Uh, and he's been a very consistent pitcher in his career. So the Rays would take an early 2-0 lead in the top of the first as the former Cardinal Dylan Carlson would drive in 2 runs to give the Rays a 2-0 lead early on. So Dylan Carlson coming back to St. Louis just a week after being traded and haunting his former team. So then in the bottom of the first, Mason Wynn would have a leadoff walk, and then Contreras would be hit by a pitch to put runners on first and second. Nolan Arenado with an RBI single to make it 2-1, and then a double by Brendan Donovan to tie the game up 2-2. And then Paul Goldschmidt with an RBI ground out to put us up 3-2, just like that. So a great response. Then the bottom of the third, Goldschmidt with an RBI single to put us up 4-2. He would also then steal second on later in the inning. And Gibson would get a inning-ending double play to end his night in the 6th inning. We straightened out runners on second and third in the 6th. And then in the top of the 7th, Kyle Lehey in, and a leadoff walk to Taylor Walls. And then Curtis Mead with the single to put Walls on third, and then Yandy Diaz, the batting champ from last year, with a sacrifice fly to make it a 4-3 game. And then Jojo Romero coming in, and on the first pitch to Brandon Lau would hit a 2-run homer. The frustrating thing about it was as Victor Scott nearly robbed Lau of a home run. Came very, very close to robbing a home run. So that's definitely frustrating. So that would give the Rays a 5-4 lead. The second home run of the series for Lau. And Goldschmidt would run into an inning-ending double play in the 7th to keep it 5-4. And then Sean Armstrong, pitching against his former team, would they get the final out in the 8th and then give up a double to Walls in the 9th, and then Jose Caballero, an RBI single to make it 6-4 Tampa Bay. John Keane would then get the final 2 outs in the 9th. So we were only down by 2 with the top of the lineup, 1-2-3, in the 9th, facing the Rays closer and St. Louis native Pete Fairbanks. Yes, a St. Louis native, I believe was born and raised, at least went to high school in Webster Groves and went to college at Mizzou in Columbia. First time ever pitching at Busch Stadium. And yeah, so it must have been a pretty cool moment for him. But he would set the Cardinals down in order. 1-2-3 in the 9th, his 22nd save of the year. He's been a very solid reliever for the Rays and for the past few years. So, disappointing loss, but we do take 2 of 3. So, but really wanted to go for the sweep. And we don't gain any ground on the red-hot Milwaukee Brewers, who swept the Atlanta Braves. And they are 7 games up on the Cardinals. we'll play them on our next homestand, I believe. So, anyway, we begin a short 5-game road trip beginning with the first of two on the other side of the Missouri, the Kansas City Royals. Very good team this year. I believe if the season ended, they would be in the playoffs, so be a tough matchup and facing the red hot Bobby Witt Jr. So till Friday, comments are saying go Cards.